Hey guys, it's John. Alright, so first things first. If there's one thing anybody's gonna know about me, it's that I'm kind of a Pokemon fan. Always have been, always will be. And you might think this is random, but I bring this up for a reason. That reason being, a friend of mine, Sam, me and him, we go back and forth. He loves Pokemon too. We go back and forth, battling and whatnot. And I recently figured out that there's this website called PokeCheck. Now, some people may question the legalities of it and all this and that, but the thing is, on the website, it tells you that these aren't to be used on GTS or anything like that. So basically, this video is going to be a step by step on how to get Pokemon from PokeCheck to your save file as Black 2, White 2, Black, White, Heart Gold, whatever. Okay. It's www.pokecheck.org. I don't know what .com is yet. I haven't looked at it, and I don't really feel like it. So you guys can go there if you want to. But all right. So I will go ahead and say this up front. This does require an account, but it's nothing. So far, it's nothing that nothing's bad. I mean, I've had the account and nothing's bad happened. So I say go for it. But you have to give them your email address and you get to pick a username, password, all that kind of stuff. Alright, so I've already signed in. And the first thing you're really going to see on the screen is a, PokeCheck and some things up here. This is just arbitrary stuff, random. First thing you see, and closer to the bottom, is how to use PokeCheck. This is something you need to pay attention to, as it will tell you how to use PokeCheck. Some of you might think, well, why don't I just go ahead and do this? I'm just making this video for the people that don't really feel like reading and would rather see it. I guess you're more visual learners, or hear it, auditory learners, whatever. Alright, so it says first you need to set your primary DNS server to the address at the top of the page in the Wi-Fi connection settings. Alright, what it means by that is, first off, of course you're going to have your DS. What you're going to do, you're going to go down to Wi-Fi connection, Nintendo Wi-Fi connection settings. You're going to go into it. You're going to pick your main, whatever your main Wi-Fi thing is, go to that. Mine is 1. What you're going to do is go down to Auto Obtain DNS, change that to No. You're going to do this primary DNS right here. And you remember how it said to set your primary DNS server to that little thing? Well, that thing right there is up here at the top. It's 091.121.021.220. Alright, now that that's out of the way, alright, and on to step 2. You're going to go down to how to no, you're not. You're going to go down to how to send a Pokemon to your game. Read a little faster than I saw. And it's going to say a PokeCheck account is required to download. I told you that earlier, so if you really want to do this, you have to have an account. It tells you that you can use the Q for download, Q for transfer, and clone on GTS buttons to select the Pokemon to send to your game. Now, honestly, all of that is just gibber for me. So, to me, what I got out of that was try and do this on my own. So, what I did was I went to the top of the page. I clicked on this little drop-down box right here that had Pokemon. And I'm just going to go down and find the Pokemon that I want. I did this earlier and I came up with no results, so that was my fault. But I got Espeon. So you run over here to filters and you can change it to shiny or non-shiny. I'm going to keep it non-shiny to raise the chances of actually finding one. Go to format, go to generation 5. This box is for generation 5 Pokemon, generation 4 Pokemon. You can't have generation 5 Pokemon on generation 4 games, although the opposite is possible somehow. Alright, so, and on to sending it to your game. Alright, so first off, you need to go down to how to send a Pokemon to your game. That's what I did. It tells you that a PokeCheck account is required, so it really is required, you guys. And this is my way of doing it, and I guess it just kind of works. and it tells you here, use the queue for download, queue for transfer, blah 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 blah. I didn't read this. I instead experimented and it worked out for me. So I went up here to this little, I have the filters on right now, but I went up here. Normally you'll see search Pokemon or OTID or PID. And with the filters on, you can change that. Alright, so if you're going to black tube, white tube, black, white, anything with Generation 5, I recommend changing this little box over here, format to Generation 5, so that you can narrow it down to be sent to just that game. It tells you the details on the website, but you can't change, as you know, you can't change your Generation 5 Pokemon to Generation 4. So after you've got everything you want, right here is just filters. It tells you different things you can narrow down to get the Pokemon of your choice. But don't be too specific. I found out that 9 times out of 10, people up here don't exactly have exactly what you want. They kind of have variations of what you want. But yeah, then we click search. Okay, so we have a bunch of them. All those, shiny, non-shiny, all of this and that. Now right now I'm going for a shiny Espeon because I'm getting all shiny evolutions. And right here at this very top, it tells you its ability is Magic Bounce. And it tells you all the stats and everything. Well, not stats yet. It tells you the TID, SID, and the IVs right here. Now, if you want a more legit Pokemon, I don't recommend going for the all 31s. They may look cool and be strong, but where's the fun in that? I mean, it's just not legit at all. There's no hope for it being legit. Alright, so once you click on it, you're going to be getting a page like this. It will tell you basically the details of the Pokemon. Right now, this isn't looking exactly like the most legit Pokemon, but if you want to see the legality analysis, click on that button at the bottom of the page and you can see it. I'll click on it just for show this time. Gonna go down right here. Believe it or not, all these are green, which means it is actually a legit Pokemon. Normally by now it would have had red or yellow up there and it would tell me that something was wrong with this, but it's legit. So then after that, you're gonna go down to queue for download on the GTS, and as long as your DS is hooked up to the Wi-Fi that your computer is hooked up to, you should be able to do this. A pop-up box comes up saying next time you connect to the GPS from the IP, from this IP on a Generation 5 game, you'll receive a copy of this Pokemon. It will have a Premier ribbon and make sure you can't pass it for legit or trade it on the GTS, which is basically saying you can't pass it as a real Pokemon because it's not. And finally, on to the game playing part of this video. Alright, so I'm in a Pokemon Center right now, which is where you need to go. I honestly don't remember if there's a GTS station here, but it doesn't really matter. Go to this lady over here on the right, and she's going to tell you welcome to the global terminal. Go to the global trade, go to GTS, go through all this, yes, yes, yes. So you're going to go in there and go down. No, this is just the regular stuff. I just want to take the time to say thanks to everybody who watched this video and actually took the time out to watch it. It might be a little long, and for that I apologize. Like I said, it's my first video. So you see us going into the GTS here. You know, it's going to say checking GTS's status, and we're just going to wait. And the Pokemon's coming down as we speak. And there's that Espeon I wanted. Legit, all green, shiny. There, my game. So, alright, so I got out of the GTS and I went over to the PC box. So I always go to move Pokemon. I don't know why. This is a shiny Eevee that I got earlier. It's in a box all on its own. These are all just the random Pokemon that I have. Right here we have our Vaporeon. That's one that I got earlier. And here's our Espeon. It's going to be in the first open box of your PC. So whatever one that is, it's going to be there for you. As you can see, it's got the choice specs, which is just like it said it had on that. It was captured with the Pokeball. And an egg was apparently hatched. Like I said, some of these are hacked. This one seemed legit, so I went with it. Here are the attacks that you saw. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, you guys.